I've got another bonus episode for you today. We are highlighting the custom rod build-out bonus today on the Wet Fly Swing Fly Fishing Show. Hey, Kris Kristofek is back to highlight the custom rod he's given away just in a few days. Kris tells us how to enter and what the rod build-out process will look like for the winner. You can head over to the show notes right now and click that link to enter right now. Just open up your app and click the giveaway button, and you can enter to win this cool rod bonus give out. Kris also gives us a few custom rod building tips along the way, and this is a quick one, but if you can, before we get started, just click that link down in your app or at the web page, and you can enter to win this rod. Without further ado, here is Kris Kristofek from LakeLady Rods. How's it going, Kris?
Everything is cool. I'm waiting for summer to get here.
That's right. That's right. Last time we talked, I think we were talking about how winter was still dragging on. Is it still dragging on there?
It's just will not let go. Our lake is in front of us is still frozen over. It's still snow white. It was 19 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. At daybreak, it's already at 35, so we're getting some heat, but we got a lot of ice to melt. We really have got a lot of ice to melt. We're probably, 3 weeks behind maybe what normal is. So, Yeah, it's been a long, tough winter.
There you go. So we're almost to May now as we're recording this, and So hopefully you guys break some ice out there. We'll keep up with you on that, of course. But we're going to talk about this giveaway we have going. This is the last week and actually the last few days of this giveaway. You're going to be giving away this amazing custom rod to one winner. And I just wanted to highlight again that, for those that haven't seen that out there. So we're going to talk about a couple of tips for rod building as well. But give us a quick, for those that didn't catch you on the last episode, give us a quick like who you are and what LakeLady is.
Yeah, well, we are high-end professional custom rod builders. I build all of these rods one at a time in our shop in Breezy Point, Minnesota. Been doing this for about 23 years. This rod that we're giving away is a Batson Rain Shadow Unity rod. I think it's a 4-weight. It's got a really cool, or will have a really cool handle on it out of Portuguese burl cork, with some Minnesota birch bark inlays in it, some burnt cork. It's got a nickel silver reel seat. You're going to be able to, or the winner will be able to choose the length of the handle for him or her, and thread colors and the kind of guides that we put on this rod, whether it's snake guides or traditional ring guides. It'll come with a protective embroidered rod sock with our name on it, and of course, Wet Fly Swing. And then a protective tube to protect the rod so that it doesn't get damaged. So it's going to be a really cool rod. It's a high-end rod. It's not something that you would find in a sporting goods store anywhere. High-end custom stuff is just not what you would find in a sporting goods store. So that's what we do. They're very precise. There's a little bit of artwork that goes into it. I think on this one, I'm going to do a little mayfly weave out of thread.
Oh, nice.
Put that on the rod too, just as an embellishment. That'll be kind of cool, and we do that occasionally on some of these high-end fly rods. Just add something that there's nobody else doing anything like that. So they're really cool stuff, and this rod is If it were to be sold, it'd be someplace in the high $900 range, maybe up to $1,000 because of the tubes and so on. But we can build rods for more than that, of course, or we can step down in the quality just a little bit and build some rods for something less than that. But it's every rod is as individual as you are. We try to fit budgets and all that kind of thing. At any rate, the giveaway rod is going to be a really cool rod, and whoever gets it is really going to have a fun time with it. There's no question about that.
Perfect. And the winner that we draw, and I'll put a link in the show notes to enter that. It'll be at For this one, it'll be at wetflyswing.com/LakeLady giveaway. But we'll put a real easy link they can click right now in the show notes to enter that. And then whoever wins it, you're going to walk them through, right? The rod isn't built, so you're actually going to kind of work with them to build this rod that's custom for them. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I cannot build a custom rod for anybody without talking to them. We'll go through the whole drill, and we'll get this rod built for them in due time and get it off to them.
That's perfect. Yeah, and I love this as you're talking here. I always kind of think back to my dad back in the old shop. We used to have this little shop, and he used to custom rods were a big part of his thing, right? And he'd even down to the writing on the rod and stuff. And I always remember people would come back with the name on the rod. And it was like, oh wow, it was this unique special rod built by my dad, right? And it was only a limited number, right? I don't know what that was, right? It was like a couple hundred or whatever, per year. So I mean, that's the cool thing here. Like you said, this is a one of a kind. You're not going to find this anywhere. And it's kind of built by you, which is also pretty cool, right? You're up in the Midwest, and you have a cool thing going.
Yeah, so we do somewhat of the same thing that your dad did, and I sign all of these rods in my original signature. It has a serial number on it that flows through our accounting system, so I can go back and figure out how or what was done with this rod. Long time after it was built. Should it get lost or stolen, we can identify it verbally for insurance purposes and those kinds of things. So that's happened a couple of times. People have had rods stolen out of their vehicle, and they get really long-chinned about all of that, of course, when that happens. And we've been able to give the insurance company the exact detail of how that rod was built, what it looks like, and the whole 9 yards. And everybody has so far that has had that unfortunate experience has been satisfied at the end of the day.
Exactly. And that's part of I think you're painting the picture here. And we'll put a link to episode 303. We had that episode with you, and you went in deep to pretty much all of this and the process and kind of some of it was cool because you talked about some of the people that you learned from and mentored you along the way, and including Gary Loomis, right? He was somebody who you definitely connected with along the way.
Yeah, several years ago, a long time ago, Gary, and there's a bunch of others that really have helped me learn, what I know, and and I'm willing to share some of that knowledge to others as well. In fact, we teach rod building in a weekend class. And it's mobile. We can go just about anywhere with it.
Let's hear about that. So on the teaching, describe that, because remind us again how that works. So if somebody's listening here and they're really interested, and it sounds like, the different way you do this, so they could actually take a course and learn from you?
We teach rod building in the winter in my hometown of Breezy Point, Minnesota. It's a weekend class. Starts Friday night, all day Saturday, and 2 or 3 hours on Sunday, and you're done. And you can build a rod of your choice. You'll learn a whole bunch about building rods and fishing rods in particular. That's another service that we offer. Sure.
Okay. And do you do that once? Is that something where it's just a one-time deal per year, or do you do multiple deals?
Oh, I do it. I'll do it 4 or 5 times during the winter. Just it's a weekend thing.
Thing.
It takes some work to get it put together and make it work. And they're small classes, 6 to 8 people max, so that I can give somebody individual attention to build their own rod. So yeah.
And are you giving away all your secrets on that one? Is people, if they take that, they're gonna learn everything?
Well, there's some secrets, of course, that we will divulge during that class. You have to in order to get a quality product done, and I'm willing to do that at that point. But somebody just calling me up and chatting on the phone, I'm not going to be quite so willing to divulge some of the things that I know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's what the point we're driving home, that this is going to be unique to the person. So this is cool. I think we've hit on that pretty well. Give us as we take it out of here, do you have any, like, a fun fact on rods or rod building, or a story you want to share to take us out of here? Maybe, I know you told some stories on the past episode, but anything new, any rod building fun facts or anything you want to share?
Well, I don't know.
I'm putting you on the spot. I know here.
I think one of the cool things that I have done is I have really spent some quality time and effort and a lot of money in learning how to build fishing rods. It all started out with 2 paragraphs from a Field and Stream magazine about 23 years ago. And since then, I have taken master classes from 9 of the 12 legends of rod building around the world. I've taken classes in the UK, in Portugal, several places in the United States, and I've learned from the best of the best, and I've read everything I can get my hands on about how to build rods. And I've been through 3 rod factories, and I've built fishing rods in each of them. So I know what it takes. I know what the process is. I know what they do. I've just been rewarded wonderfully with opportunities to be able to do those kinds of things, and I'm very grateful for it. And it's a thing that started out as a hobby years ago, and has morphed into a small business. Keeps me off of the couch and active and involved. It's just something that has really been gratifying for me over the years.
Nice. And you have, and I was going to ask you, when you're gone, when we're gone, who's going to be there to kind of teach, or you got this wisdom, but it sounds like you got 87 or maybe some 100 people that actually know your stuff. So we're not going to lose, when we're both gone here on this planet, your knowledge is still going to be out there, right?
It's going to be there. There's somebody is, there's lots of somebodies that have built some really fine rods, and there's some other folks that have taken my rod class that have started little custom rod businesses of their own, and that's kind of gratifying too, that somebody's trying to emulate what I do, and I'm more than happy to help and work out and help answer questions that they might have, and guide them along the way. And it's a two-way street. It's been fun.
Yep, perfect. All right, Kris. Well, I will put a link in the show notes so people can click over right now and enter this giveaway. And this is LakeLady Rods, and it'll be at wetflyswing.com/LakeLady giveaway. So make it real easy, but they can click over right now and enter it. And this is going to be good. This is going to be exciting. I can't wait. We did a recent giveaway, with a net recently, and it was really exciting because the person that won was super, super excited, and it was a really cool kind of event. So I think this is going to be the same way. And like you said, $900,000. That's not a cheap product, right? This is a pretty good winning. The winner that gets this is going to be awesome. So so cool, Kris.
It's a high-end deal.
It's a high-end deal. Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, and we'll look forward to keeping in touch next week when we announce the winner.
Very good, Dave. I appreciate it very much.
So there you go. wetflyswing.com/giveaway. That'll get you a chance to win this amazing rod. There's only a few days left to win this thing. So if you get a chance, you can add a new rod to your quiver. And Kris is going to walk you through step by step from scratch and customize this thing just for you. I want to thank Kris for putting in the effort to work with the winner on this podcast. This rod is going to be fun, and I know there are a few people listening who know of Kris's work, so happy that we were able to share this out with you. Please check in with Kris, even if you don't win, at LakeLadyRods.com, and say hi and tell him you heard about him on this podcast. That would help us tremendously. Thanks for listening today, and excited to jump in next week. And we're going to be going back into another round. Actually, I think we're going to be jumping in maybe early this week. I think we might be surprising you. So stay tuned. Stay tuned next week. We got some more good stuff coming. All right. Have a good weekend, and talk to you soon. Before we get out of here, I also want to say thanks to Brandon Moltzan for that amazing outro. I think the banjo is definitely one of my favorite instruments, and of course, it was cool to have Brandon on here for that intro. But stay tuned next week. We got another big surprise from Brandon, so that's just a little prelude to the big stuff next week.